This video is for the 2012 Chevrolet Traverse LT model 3.8 two-wheel drive. Also including the Arcadias and the Equinox. They both have the same 3.8 liter engine, having the same problems with the same engine, same problems with all these cars. The VSA light, yellow light on the Traverses cuts on with a car on it where it's on the road and it's got the squiggly lines, cuts on, and your vehicle stability assistance cuts off, traction control cuts off, and some cars of the Traverses, they end up going in limp mode or power reduced mode. But anyway, the number one cause of this right here, I can go ahead and tell you right off the bat what it is. It's very, very common, makes a lot of sense, and I understand why. The very most number one cause of this, if you're having this problem on these cars, it is a throttle body. Is where it's going to be at, your problem. Normally, like 99% of the time. But what it is, you need to go ahead and unscrew your air filter, take the hose off. There's a hose on the side of the throttle body. It's got two gray clips on it. You press them in and the hose will pull off. You take it off. It's the PCV hose going to the throttle body. You take it off. And then you got 4 bolts in your throttle body. You take those 4 bolts off. I can't tell you what size they were. I don't remember. Probably 8 or 10 or something like that. But anyway, that ain't what matters. Just take the 4 bolts off. Take the throttle body off, and you're going to notice on these engines and these year design engines right here that there is a lot of oil that is going to be in your throttle body because they did not put a check valve in this engine. They just basically made it an open passage going to the throttle body from the intake. So oil just flies right up in there over a period of time, especially over 50, 100,000 miles. You know, you're going to have this problem. You got to clean that throttle body. I would recommend about every 40,000 miles or so to definitely clean it, even if not at 30. But you got to clean it the way this engine is designed. But what happens is, first off, you want to clean that throttle body with brake cleaner, or you want to clean it with throttle body cleaner. Brake cleaner works better. It'll get it cleaner. And you spray it, and the deposits start coming off. Get a rag and wipe it off with the brake cleaner on it and polish it, and then, you know, you'll be able to get all of the oil out of there into it's like a chrome shiny polish, you know, going through the throttle body. And once you do that right there, don't soak this in any gasoline or chemical or something like that, because you're gonna mess it right up. The throttle body has an actuator in it, TPS sensors in there. You cannot soak this or sink this in any kind of fluid. It will mess it up. So only spray the throttle body cleaner or the brake cleaner in there in the middle of the throttle body. Don't spray it anywhere else on there. Don't be spraying it on the sides where the plastic is and stuff like that. There's electronics in there. Don't do that. So just watch out for that. But if you're having this problem, one thing that you probably have come to notice with this problem is that your car, the RPMs on it, they're going to be jumping up and down, or it's going to be at a rough idle state to where it's idling too low. And once it jumps up and down, or if it idles too low, either one, once it gets down to below about 400 RPMs, the VSA, the traction control, and the vehicle stability assistance cuts off. All that cuts off as soon as it idles down too low. That's why the throttle body causes this problem right here. And the reason the throttle body does it, simply because it has oil all in the throttle body, and now this throttle body is basically shut at idle, and this oil deposits have built up millimeters of room that they have took up from the oil deposits, which is slowing the oxygen down going through the engine, which is causing it to go in a rough idle mode, or the RPMs will jump, which also causes your transmission to shudder as well on the Traverses by it running like this. It causes the RPMs to jump up and down as you're matching the gas, causes transmission to shudder. did the same thing on my Traverse. So it fixed that problem as well. So if you're having that problem, fix that as well. Now if you're also having this problem too, just to let you know, yeah, this can be really bad. It can go far and beyond this. In my case, it did go past the throttle body. In most cases, 99% of the time, you're going to be able to clean that throttle body and you're going to be good. But in some cases like mine and a lot of others out there, you're not going to be good. You're going to have more problems than that, buddy. You're just at the beginning. So after this point, when you're still having problems with your vehicle stability assistance, your traction control cutting on, and then your traction control cutting off, and your vehicle stability assistance cutting on, then at that point right there, you know, you want to get you a schematic. You got to get a schematic. There's no way around it. You have to get a schematic. I wish I had one to show you online right now, but I couldn't show you because there's just too many pages, okay? These schematics that I'm talking about are schematics of the grounds of this engine on this car. Not just the engine, but every computer in the car, all the grounds, engine grounds, the main ground from the battery, any ground in this car that you could possibly get to without a lot of trouble. You better get to it on these Traverses, especially because they have many electrical problems. Like for instance, once I cleaned my throttle body, my car was running fine, and this vehicle stability assistance was not cutting on, and the traction control wasn't cutting off neither. So I mean, they both were cutting off. They wasn't cutting on. So neither one of them was cutting. They was both cutting off. And once I cleaned that throttle body, it just when I cut on the air condition, I come to notice that when I turn the blower up, the farther that I turn that blower up, the more I press that button up to speed that blower up, which draws more power. Once I did that right there, the engine would start coming to a rough idle at that point, after the throttle body was clean, even though it runs smooth if you didn't cut that blower on. But you cut that blower on, oh yeah, there's the vehicle stability cut off, the traction control will cut off when you cut that blower on wide open, because the engine would run to a rough idle again, causing the engine to lose so many RPMs that this traction control cut off and the stability control cut off. Once it dropped below about 400 RPMs, it kicks in automatically. So at this point, if you have cleaned your throttle body and you're still having this problem, you're going to have to look up every ground on this car that is main grounds, every last one. And when you take the bolts out on the ground wires, you're going to come to notice that it's only grounded from the bolt housing. It's not grounded from the outside where they have painted over it. There's nothing there. There's no sand. It's not sanded or nothing. So you need to take it off, take it loose, sand your connectors real good. Take you some sandpaper or angle grinder. It would be better, you know, if you had that, because it'd cut it down real quick. The paint off there is real thick everywhere, and you have to get all that off, clean it off, and then reground it. And I had to do about 15 grounds before I become successful to getting this car to do right from what it was doing. Because like I said, I just didn't have the VSA problem or the traction control. There's a throttle body part of it, you know, that was probably one of the biggest parts of it. But like I said, once I cut the blower on, the electrical would cause it to start idling rough again. And basically it was a ground problem. Once we redid all the grounds and looked the schematics up and looked the blueprint of the engine up to see where these grounds were, or on the frame, there's like 3 up under your air filter. These are main grounds, like computer grounds, real important ones. They're up under the cabin box, up under the air filter. You have to take the air filter box out, and there's 3 right there. You know, there's many of them though. Like I said, I can't tell you where they all are. You're gonna have to look it up on schematics to find it. I'm just telling you what to do. So you reground all these grounds if you're having big problems, like I was telling you about. Also, other problems I was having that it fixed was the transmission at 20 mile an hour, if you let off the gas and you press the gas softly and then raise the speed up more, it would shift really hard in the second or third gear. Not sure what gear that was, but second or third, it would shift really hard. And come to find out, after we redid all the grounds, must have been something to do with the transmission ground on that one, because that problem stopped completely. It went away. A lot of stuff went away. The idling funny when the blower come on, or sped it up more, idle more funny, all that went away, and it hadn't been back on, and I've drove over a couple thousand miles, so I think now it's fixed. But just trying to give you a peace of mind info, what I've been through with these cars, and let you know it's not a walk in the park. So get ready. If you get ready to work on this one, you better hope that throttle body is the only thing you have to do to it. And in most cases, that is the only thing you got to do. That's where you need to start, definitely. And after that, you need to go to the grounds. You got to find them all. You got to look them up on schematics and the blueprints. You got to, and you got to reground all of them, because they're not grounded correctly. None of them are on this car. Probably not the Arcadias or the Equinox. None of them probably are. So, I mean, it's just real poorly that Chevrolet do something like that, but they did it. But hopefully I got mine fixed. I fixed mine to the point where I'm not selling mine, because I done fixed all the issues that they're having on the internet with it. And now I know what it is, because nobody could sit up there and straight up tell you why, or the reason why any of this was going on, or explain, exactly why this would fix it, or what was going on. I had to figure this all out by myself, and another mechanic, a good friend of mine, real Christian guy, which I am myself, but he's a real good guy. And but anyway, just trying to pass the information on. Hope it helps you, and good luck. Press a like if you like the video, if it helps you.